let's just talk about accountability in this industry and how some of you men need a lot of assistance. Y'all need some help. I'm the librarian, and I came to read. So there are two situations that I'm going to talk about. The first one is all these niggas coming to Offset's defense, and he doesn't need no type of defense. He needs rehabilitation. And the second situation I'm going to talk about is Kevin Hart. Everybody coming to all these niggas coming to his defense. Okay? And you know, actually, let me talk about Kevin Hart's situation first, because I seen Nick Cannon. I seen this, I don't know who that nigga is from SNL, but I seen him too. All these people getting up, you know, just ready to cape for Kevin Hart's ass.
Kind of make his mark at the Academy Awards. I was like, man, he deserves that. And then like hours later, for it to be snatched away from him when I knew how important it was to him. I felt that the Academy actually could have handled it in a different way. Again, to kind of have Kevin put out there, one of the good guys put out there where everybody knows his heart. It knows there's no malice there, there's no hate there. But for him to kind of be dangled to be attacked and no one really come in his defense, I felt like that was unfair, especially if you had an issue with him, you should have did your recognizance prior to. Not gonna dangle a carrot in my face like, you better do this if you want to do, like, nah, you're not gonna tell me what to do. As a matter of fact, keep your job and I'm still gonna apologize.
These are some of the things that I refer to when y'all niggas talk about, oh my God, y'all need to not put your sexuality before your race or whatever, because if somebody looks at you, they can tell you a nigga before they can tell you gay. And that's really interesting to me, because like all these people caping for what Kevin Hart says proves to me that they care more about the aggressor than the victims of homophobia. And instead of being worried about the words that he said and that so many other people say and how they affect the black LGBT community, y'all are ready to cape. Y'all are ready to cape for him and his right to be homophobic. Y'all are ready to, he's a nice guy, he's great. We didn't talk about that shit. Okay, he's also unfunny. He's also not funny, but that has nothing to do with the situation at hand. The situation at hand is that motherfuckers are dying, kids are being tortured, literally. To kids, y'all niggas on flesh and blood being tortured and killed because of the very rhetoric, because of the very mentality that some of these jokes, you know, the foundation is laid by some of these fucking jokes. So it's interesting to me that people will say, well, people can see that you're black before y'all gay, but our blackness does not matter to y'all in moments like this, which is why y'all talking about we put our sexuality before our race. No, we make sure, I put this on Twitter, we just make sure that y'all know that we are both black and gay, because the overall white gay ass community, when push comes to shove, they will kick our nigger ass out. When, you know, the overall black straight community, when push comes to shove, they will kick my feminine faggot ass out. And that's what y'all do all the time. This is the thing that y'all show us every fucking time some shit like this happens, why we have, like, intersectionality matters, and why we're never gonna stop reminding you that black LGBT people exist. Because when we get shat on, y'all are just like, well, y'all need to just fucking deal with it. You sound like the white supremacists that y'all claim to be running from. So I'm wondering where the fucking accountability is. If y'all are worried about the black community, you need to be worried about all of it. And that's period. You need to be worried about all of it. Y'all can't be running around here saying, oh bitch, well you need to stick together, you need to stick with our asses. And then when we, you know, a section of the black community express certain concerns that we have, y'all just fucking kick us to the curb and ignore the fuck out of us. I don't understand, like, what the fuck y'all want? Y'all want all types of solidarity without viewing us as human beings worthy of respect. And it's not going to fucking fly on my watch, baby. Nick Cannon up here just gas, oh my God. I mean, even Kevin Hart's wife is up here talking about that. Oh, he's such a nice guy. He didn't really, we don't give a fuck about your niceness, okay? We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What we want now is accountability. Y'all hoes used to drag the shit out of us. I don't know if y'all think we're still in middle school or elementary school where y'all could just say whatever the fuck y'all want to without any consequences or some shit. Y'all are so privileged that you don't have to think about the consequences of y'all jokes or whatever. When kids are dying and dying by suicide at that, like, you're gonna be held accountable now. And it's so funny to hear people, as I said this just a while ago, I said that y'all sound exactly like the white supremacists that y'all claim that y'all hate. Y'all are using the same tactics that they're using. Why are you complaining? You know what I mean? Doesn't that shit sound familiar? Why are y'all so sensitive? Why y'all want to be seen all the time? Y'all shoving this shit down our throats. We gave y'all X, Y, and Z. Why y'all pressed about it anymore? I mean, when Roseanne Barr, she been saying all this shit, y'all were ready to drag her ass off of TV. But we supposed to accept the abuse and bullshit that y'all wouldn't? Get the fuck out of my face. You're gonna be held accountable, and the consequences of your words will come back like the clown to bite you in your unfunny, non-comical ass, okay? And I also wanted to talk about how y'all are caping for Offset as well. And it would be bad and not too bad if y'all were just caping for Offset, but y'all are also being disrespectful and damn near abusive to fucking Cardi B. And the reason why I'm bringing this shit up is because, definitely not because I'm a stan of Cardi B's corny ass, oh God. But it's because I know that there's so many women who have to deal with this bullshit of being abused, of being disrespected, of being casted aside, of being tortured while in a relationship with some of these niggas. And when they finally decide to stand up for themselves, when they have enough resources, finally, when they've gathered enough with their girls and shit, created a plan to get out, like it's an escape plan, Mission Impossible type of tease, gather around with their girls, created a plan so that they can exit this relationship with the least amount of harm to themselves as possible, these niggas will go around and go to that same woman who left, who sacrificed everything that she could already, and these niggas didn't give a fuck about it. She empowered herself enough to leave a fucked up ass situation. These niggas, friends and shit, these niggas around will come to them talking about, well, you shouldn't have left. Why the fuck you leave? How dare you leave? Just because of a little cheating? You can't take a little cheating? How dare you leave? And this is one of the exact reasons why I remembered cussing my grandfather out. I cussed his ass the fuck out after my mother endured so much pain in that fucking, relation, in that marriage. And I was able to see it as a kid growing up, she tried to hide it as best she could, but I saw it all in her face, all in her eyes, all in her conversation. I saw it when her personality type completely clashed with my father's. I saw the pain that she went through to protect us. And then after all of that, my daddy father gonna come up to my mama after he the one who fucked her ass over, and she started to recognize her power. My daddy father gonna come to my mother talking about, oh, what about the kids? What about the divorce? How's the divorce gonna affect your kids? But I cussed his ass the fuck out. I said, there's absolutely no way that your anger is gonna be focused on my mother when your fucking son was the one who put us through hell. Absolutely no reason that my mother is going to be out here recognizing who the fuck she is. Okay, finally. And she had enough power even with the kids, even having kids. She left this man. Ain't no way you gonna talk to her any type of way like that. Like she just threw us to the wolves when in all actuality the pain that she experienced was to protect our asses. You know what I mean? These men, after you have given up all of yourself, will come to you talking about, well, how dare you leave? You know what I mean? You should have put up with more of the bullshit, more of the self-sacrificing, heinous torture that you were going through in this relationship. And that's what type of entitled, you know what I mean? What type of lacking accountability? What y'all niggas should have been doing was dragging the shit out of Offset, or dragging the shit out of whoever feels like they can mistreat people while they're in relationships and just keep it fucking moving. And then on top of that, go on Twitter acting like, oh, I want Cardi back, gaslighting the fuck out of people. I saw this one tweet of somebody saying, oh, if Offset really wants Cardi B back, he will, send a picture. It was a picture of him in some accident. Send that picture to her phone talking about, oh, well, I guess I should have died this day. You see that gaslighting type shit? You know what I mean? Like guilting. You lack the power, you lack the social skill, emotional intelligence to make people want to be in a relationship with you because they actually like you, because they're feeling you, because you're treating them like a normal human being. You lack that. So what you try to do now is manipulate people into doing it? Manipulate people into being in a relationship with your ass? That shit don't make any sense, and it doesn't make any sense for no accountability to be there when these niggas start to act up like that. I'm tired of seeing it. I know that a lot of men are used to just walking in a world where they can just screw anybody over and it doesn't affect any part of their lives. They can keep moving, but the world is changing, okay? So I suggest that you get with the program or you're gonna get left in the dust that you look like, okay? And on that note, I hope that you guys go after some IQ points with the same terroristic vigor that you use to go after these women. And only then will I have a good goddamn evening.